A student at Douglas Anderson School of the Arts has been racking up accolades both here and at a recent performance at Carnegie Hall. Mark Magyar joins me now ahead of his performance next month at the International Vienna Piano Competition. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's wonderful to have you here. So, you are now going into your second year at Douglas Anderson. But as I mentioned, you recently won this first prize in the Crescendo International Piano Competition at Carnegie Hall,
Yes.
both for solo and the duet categories. How did it feel?
It felt really good. So, basically how it went. So, like, so my piano teacher at Douglas Anderson, Miss Watson, she suggested that we should join an international piano competition, which was the Crescendo piano competition. So we enrolled in it, and my mom recorded me and Janine Alexander, I was playing the duet with.
Hmm.
So we played two pieces. Like my solo was the Sonata Pathétique third movement, and also the Beethoven's Fifth Symphony arrangement.
Wonderful. And so, how is it intimidating to be at an audience, to be performing in Carnegie Hall?
Yeah, I get a bit nervous like before I perform, but I try to calm myself down. Like it's getting better because like I'm beginning to get used to playing in front of an audience.
So, you started playing piano when you were about 3 or 4 years old, just on your own. Is that right?
Yes, so like I started when I was 3 years old. So I come from a non-musician family. So I had a toy piano, which like many people have, and my mom discovered that we were playing like actual melodies by like Beethoven and Mozart.
Wow. You were actually playing classical, recognizable music.
Yes. And then, like, when I was 4 years old, I got a real piano. So, like, my parents bought me a real piano. It was a Mendelssohn upright piano that I was able to play on. So, like, my parents me play by ear. And when we were ready, like, she took me to have lessons with Miss Lynn Radcliffe, who is my mentor to this day. And she noticed how special we were. So, she didn't like do the teaching methods like how everyone else would. She would let us compose music. So
So you could actually just come up with your own
yes.
compositions. I should say you continue to come up with compositions, and I would like to hear a little bit of one of them that is, I believe it's called Easter.
Yes.
Okay, it's one of your original pieces. Let's take a little listen. It's wonderful. We should say for people who are watching online, we're also able to watch you play there as well. And that's a beautiful melody that you're playing. Where does your inspiration come from?
Um so my inspiration like I usually like think up of a melody, and then like however I feel, like I like to express my feelings into music. So
So it's just kind of an expression of what you're feeling emotionally and what you're thinking about.
yes.
So you have a twin, I understand, also a pianist,
Yes.
and I'm guessing there must be sort of a little bit of healthy competition between the two of you.
Yes.
How does that? Do you play competitively? Does he also go to some of these events?
Um, so my brother Daniel, he is not a competitor like me. He's not really like the type of person to like go on these competitions. I'm more of like the competitor.
I gotcha. And so I know that you've talked about the importance of classical music education being part of classroom curriculum, and I'm wondering if you can kind of explain why you think that's important.
So like there's a whole lot of kids who are not going to concert halls who've never been exposed to classical music. Like have been they've mostly been listening to pop artists, like all different genres, like rap, hip hop, etc. So like not many of these kids are exposed to classical music.
And what do you think it brings to somebody when they listen to classical music that perhaps listening to pop music doesn't provide?
So like classical music, like it's like it like brings more emotions.
Mhm. And, like, good emotions? Does it make you feel a certain way?
Like classical music brings all sorts of emotions.
Mhm.
Like it can be happy, it can be sad, it can be like all sorts of emotions.
Well, I am, delighted that you're gonna be doing this competition. This is in, the International Vienna Piano Competition. We wish you the best of luck. Mark Magyar, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, it's my pleasure to be here.